Yep. Oh, good.
So we've got Hold That L round 7. This is Neek versus Silvis. This is Vinnie commentating along with Vices. Say hello.
Hi, hello. I am here as well, and this is going to be a Terry and Mia Gunner match. As we've seen from Silvis's Terry, it's a very explosive and aggressive Terry.
Very
Neek,
explosive. And you would expect me Gunner to bring all the explosions, right?
Yeah, but nah, it's gonna be Terry. He's gonna like go in, bring out jab jab power dunk, other cool Terry things.
Yes,
just gonna really go in for everything.
Definitely.
That's what we've seen of him so far.
And definitely very cool. And as always, we've had Neek here, and he's always gonna bring his arsenal of Mii fighters to the match. You never know with this guy. I don't know what Mii he's playing. Do you know what that is?
I have no idea. It's just well, it's I think it's supposed to resemble someone, but like Mii's just the resemblance is not very good. That could be that could be anywhere from oh, what's his name, Iwata to Hideo Kojima. I legit can't tell.
Yep. Anyway, this match right now, 80% apiece between both players, but you know Terry, the character with a lot of kill power on his plate. His arsenal just brings...
Not to mention 13 more percent, it's going to be Ghost Source, and he's going to bring the pain.
And that's the pain coming right up. Right now, Ghost Source is online. Oh, that's our first Buster Wolf of the match. Misses.
But we're definitely going to see more come out. This is Terry after all.
Yeah. But, you know, like... As opposed to like how I used to watch like Silvis, he used to use a lot of go moves. I find nowadays he doesn't use as many. He opts more for confirming into sort of like go moves, and those sort of confirms the jab jab power dunk.
Yeah, I'd say it's like a little trade off of power for safety.
Yeah,
but I guess it worked out for him there. But like, if he were to continue, he'd definitely just try and do the same thing again.
Yeah.
Until he gets something, or like Nick actually does something that puts him in a position where he can confirm a go move, and then he'll pop the go move out.
Yeah. And as we can see from the gameplay right now, it is very slow. And Mii Gunner tends to slow down the pace of matches in general.
Yeah, you want to say. Definitely be careful of all the projectile he's thrown up, and you don't want to stay away from him. You just kind of want to get into his face a bit more. And even then, he still has a lot of options to get you out of his face.
Yeah, definitely. But Are You Okay is going to connect, and this Terry is at 173%, and you do not want to be playing against that.
Yep, that's going to be the back throw.
And it's very good. I did not know Mii Gunner had a kill throw, but apparently that does eventually kill. I think anything's going to kill when you're 170%.
173%.
Yeah.
A little high.
Oh, that was pretty slick. He just ran under him and got the grab. But it's not slick enough because this Mii Gunner still down against this Terry, and he did SD that first stock, but
things are looking pretty now that Terry's off stage, and now he's got a bit of free will, I guess.
Yeah, and at the very least,
if he goes into it immediately, jab power dunk coming out.
Yep. At the very least,
Terry and...
Yeah, if this is the tone of the set for the entire set, I think Neek is going to struggle quite a bit against this Terry. Because Silvis' Terry is a force to be reckoned with.
Yeah, it's very scary, and like, you think that his kind of play where he just kind of runs in and gets in your face wouldn't be very effective against someone who camps and like moves away, but it is surprisingly effective, as we've seen so far against like pretty much everyone who's played.
Yep, it's definitely two ends of the spectrum right there, and that...
Woo! Yo, did you see the range on that thing? Every time I see that, I'm like...
You're not jumping around here.
Yeah, nah, like that thing, I would think that was just a kind of particle effect that the hitbox doesn't go up to the tip, but that hitbox goes up to the tip, and I think a little more.
It's meant to resemble an eruption, and it really feels like one when you're getting hit by the top of it at the top of your jump. So much kill power, so much explosive power in that one move.
Even at 159%, Terry is a force of nature. Kind of reminds me a bit of what Lucario is like, where you get to those high percentages, and instead of you being more self-assured when you're fighting against him, you're just like, oh my god, my time has come.
Yes, very reminiscent of that Blue Dog, but...
Blue Dog. No one plays Blue Dog here anymore, sadly.
We used to have a few players, I believe, Anubis, was it?
Yeah, there's Anubis. He used to play Lucario. He had it Yeah, he was kind of a low mid-level player, I think. Yeah. And he was working out the blue dog pretty well, especially at the high percents, but I don't think anyone else really named him, or like just kind of played him as a secondary or to try out something. Yeah. And as we've been saying that, we've just been there's just been a lot of harassment going on the screen until that punch just snatches Nick's life. Honestly.
And snatching his life and also snatching away that first game, Silvis taking it away, and it felt pretty slow, but it just felt like Silvis was never in rough waters, and it feels like that for most of his matches, where he never feels like he's in rough waters. It's always his opponent that always has to keep up. It's like, keep up the pace, keep up the pace. Like, are you okay? You're lagging behind.
Yeah, are you okay? Yeah. And even though he did get down to his last stock, we never really saw him in like really desperate disadvantage where he's like at a loss for what to do. Like, you know, you can tell when someone's in that kind of disadvantage where they're just complete panic. They have no options that they think they can do.
Yeah,
and he's never actually hit that stage.
Yeah, at least of all the sets I've watched from Silvis, it's always been Silvis's game. He's had complete control.
Yeah, like if the game goes at it, like the game always goes at his pace.
Yep.
No matter like who he plays, he'll just do something. They'll force the other character to like play around his really powerful attacks. Even at range, because he really can just run in and hit you for something.
Yeah, and I commentated an earlier set between Silvis and Skippy-Dingle-Chalk, and it felt like Skippy-Dingle-Chalk, even though Silvis had all the momentum, and he was taking control of the game, it felt like Skippy-Dingle-Chalk was able to keep up. And so far with Neek, it just feels like he's not been able to keep up.
He's got a bit of confusion around what to do with Terry, although Terry is kind of a rare character, especially at the level that Min plays it at, Silvis plays it at.
Definitely. And Smashville is just one of those weird options where I feel like Neek's having a bit of trouble setting up his zone, getting like everything set up. Smashville's not the stage you want.
Yeah, you'd think you want like a bigger stage, like Town of City or something.
It's kind of intuitive.
Well, maybe that's part of the plan. He just wants to kind of see if Smashville works out for him. It might just be a player thing, because some players do like certain stages, even though they might not be, you know, conventionally advantageous to them.
Yeah, I do agree with that, but like at the end of the day, I think he's more likely to regret this pick.
Ghost Source coming out. Better be careful of that.
Oh, that should be
into the power dunk. Yeah. Ghost Source power dunk, 176% me, Gunner, that's dead.
Yeah, he tried too hard to catch that landing, and Silvis just had the right punish. It's pretty basic, but just the B&B.
It's going a little more heavy on the actual attacks, not just spamming everything. He wants to get something started, especially now that he's down a stock and Terry's still on just 118%, you could say.
The thing is, like, he usually would want to get something started here, but Neek looks completely content with not doing anything, and what that means is you're just gonna get hit by more and more of these stray hits, and you're gonna lose a lot of percent, and he's lost 40% to go moves so far. Power guys are coming out once again.
But he gets hit by the bomb, which what does the bomb act like? Is it like Snake's grenade, where it just kind of explodes on someone?
I would actually attribute it closer to Duck Hunt's can more than anything. Maybe his side B and his can together. And that power guys is gonna take out another stock. Explosive power, and it feels like
straight into it this time.
Yeah,
this time Mint has a very good control on what Nick wants to do, and he's just kind of taking complete advantage of that.
Yeah, once that first game went out of the way, like, Neek's difficulty killing is really showing here, as Silvis doesn't have to worry about too much anymore.
Difficulty killing into the side B at 170 something%.
Yeah, but you do not want to kill this character at 170 because you will die early. That's not subjective, that's just a matter of fact.
Ghost Source is a hell of a
And Neek's gonna have to do something, otherwise this entire set's gonna be very rough for him.
It's been rough for him already in this game.
It has been, definitely.
Although now he seems to have kind of settled a bit. Just as I say that.
Like even if you say he settled a bit, I feel like even if he settled a bit, this is just horrible.
Yeah,
it's just a horrible situation.
It's still very Silver-sided.
Yeah, it's definitely
Although he's
very,
picking
very
a bit more up on Silver's just sheer aggression and making him and punishing him whenever he can for that.
Yep, I agree with you. He's getting a few hits in, but a few hits isn't enough when you are a stock a bit. When you're down.
Yeah, he's 133 last stock. Min's just sitting comfortably on 2 stocks, 79%, 92%. He's got to make something happen now.
And I would really like to see him take the stock here.
Real panic time.
Ah, he wasn't.
A bit of a... He could have definitely gone for a grab.
Yeah,
I don't think that's in his mind as he gets taken out by the jab power dunk. A classic ender for Silvis and Terry.
Yeah, he only needs the classics because he doesn't need to pull anything out of the hat. He's got a lot of tricks up his sleeve and he doesn't need to show any of them because he's just so far ahead.
Everything in the old reliable kit's just kind of working, so he doesn't really feel the need to bring out anything different or special. We actually haven't seen much of any of that. Now that you really bring it up, it's really more Terry bread and butter.
Yeah,
I'm expecting getting hits.
I'm expecting a character change for Neek here, only because it feels like even though Neek's doing everything he wants to do, he's not doing it as well as he usually does. But also, like, Silvis is just taking command of most of these games, and also just the fact that Neek has not been able to consistently kill this Terry.
Ooh, Bowser Jr. coming out exactly the same as his profile picture. Very nice little Easter egg.
I'm not too sure about this pick, but maybe Neek knows something I don't. I do know that he's been playing a lot more Bowser Jr. lately.
I haven't really seen his Samus come out much.
I don't agree with the stage pick either. Like usually I wouldn't pay too much mind to it, but I think Neek's one of the better players in the tournament. So like making like a stage pick like this just makes no sense to me at all.
What stage would you hope to come up for him now that he's playing Bowser Jr. against the Terry?
Well, for starters, I'll just start with the obvious. Bowser Jr. uses like platforms a lot better than Terry, so just having like combo platforms would be a lot better. Maybe something like Small
Town City. Small Battlefield, yes.
Just
the
problem.
close together platforms would do wonders for him, especially with just kind of avoiding all of Terry's extremely aggressive ground.
Yeah,
like,
I think the problem with the stage, just in this particular matchup, is Neek's just have been having trouble killing this Terry like consistently, and Kalos is one of those stages where the blast zones are the biggest, so it's really hard to kill.
And that doesn't matter as Silvis takes the first stock.
Yeah.
Only 5% away from Go Source, and just as I say, the Mecha Koopa, even just running into the Mecha Koopa will put him into that mode.
The Mecha Koopa's being a real bro to Silvis right now. Jab's gonna send him off stage. This is an edge guard opportunity.
But okay, that was a weird SD. I think he forgot his jump, maybe.
I think it was something like that, yeah.
Yeah, you wouldn't go that deep as with Terry unless you were sure he had a jump, so maybe he just kind of pressed it early or something.
Yeah.
Got it taken away before he left off and then noticed.
Anyway, Neek's got a bit of the initiative now, a little bit of an initiative, not too much to work with because he is still playing against Terry.
At the very least, it takes the Go Source away, so he's not got that pressure on his mind just yet.
Yeah,
but he still has to take something off of Terry, and it's not going to be easy with him as Bowser Jr. because Bowser Jr. just doesn't really have something that's like extremely powerful to the point where it can one-shot takeout.
I was about to say, Bowser Jr. does have a few things. He's got the F smash and that up B, and Neek just showing it right there before I could even bring it out.
Yeah, both of them even.
Yeah.
That's why I was trying to say, like, there's nothing that can... Well, there's barely anything that can really do, like, an insta-hit, I'd say, on... Like, a confirmed insta-hit on Terry before he hits the Go Source. Like, you know, he can DI out of it, especially on Carlos. But when you combine the two and get him up to 120%, anything's possible, I guess.
Yeah.
For the first time in these 3 games, Nick has finally gotten a little bit of an advantage. It's good to see.
He's got a little bit of an advantage. I think that SD is really getting to Silvis' head because I find that his play has deteriorated a lot over the last stock. It doesn't feel like Neek's outplaying Silvis by any means. It just feels like Silvis is making a mistake and Neek is just punishing properly.
True. Yeah, especially...
The Ghost Source back online.
Ghost Source back on into the power dunk.
I think one thing reigns true though is that Neek has not been edgeguarding this Terry as much as you should be.
Yeah, there was definitely a few missed opportunities to get that down air.
It feels like Silvis is looking really hard for this kill right now. Power Guys is gonna come out, but it's not gonna connect.
A little bit of blinders, you could say. Just
yeah.
Although he does manage to get it. So now that both of them are on last off, but Terry is 126%.
Yeah, this play feels very uncharacteristic of the Silvis that I know.
Yeah, a lot of hits on shield, really. Ooh,
and there's our first edge guard.
There's our first. Nick puts himself on the leaderboard for the first time. 1-2, we're gonna go on to game 4 now. See what Nick picks. Will he continue with the Larry, or will he go back to his gunners, brawlers, knees after this one?
I don't know. I feel like if you're looking at it completely results based, he's gonna stay on Larry just because he did win that game. But even that game, I don't know. It didn't feel like Nick solved anything within the matchup, any of the problems he was having versus Terry. It just felt like Silvis was playing weird.
Just gotta...
That's just my instinct as a player. Silvis was playing weird.
Now we go on to game 4. Still yep. With Larry and Terry, as you correctly predicted. But now let's just have a look at the stage pick, since it's now in Silvis's favor. So we'd probably see something with less platforms. Unify, here we go.
I'm a big fan of just running it back to Callister, or maybe Final Destination as well. I feel like Bowser Jr. can have trouble landing sometimes, and Terry can dish out quite a bit of damage, just punishing landings. I think Silvis in particular is really good at that.
He's very good at the punish game, definitely. From what we've seen of him so far, he's just... Whenever Nick does anything punishable, he'll take that opportunity and just pile on as much damage as possible, although he's still hitting it. Just like last time, he's still trying to hit the shield on Nick a bit too much. I wonder if he's actually, as you said with the weird gameplay, I wonder if he's looking for something like a shield break.
I'm not too sure. It doesn't feel like he's fishing for anything, but it just feels like he's just playing strange again.
Playing a little off.
Yeah. But we'll see if that corrects itself here, as down tilt, the burn knuckle, just do it, it's gonna catch him out of shield.
Yeah, well, that was most likely a shield poke. I don't think that shield really...
No, he definitely dropped his shield there.
Oh.
He definitely dropped his shield there.
No, I meant like, that was not a shield poke. Like, because I said the shield didn't go down enough. Sorry about that. My fault. Ghost Source is online, 106%, it's just online.
He opts not to go for an edge guard. Let's see if he gets a ledge trap instead, but are you okay? Just gonna get him out of that corner, 34.5%.
Into the attempt to read the roll!
Yeah.
Very hype moment if that actually happened.
Oh, that's so much shield pressure out there coming out of Silvis. Power Geyser!
Yeah, jump denied, jump pass denied. Into the Power Geyser, yeah. That thing is truly scary. Especially with the range it hits. It's like Palutena's up smash, but on steroids.
Yeah, and Silvis has been... I've noticed that he's been recovering high a lot, and I do not like that against Bowser Jr. because Bowser Jr. has trouble catching low recoveries. But if you recover high against that Bowser Jr., you might just get hit by a forward air, or even a back air off stage and die at 60.
Yeah, or even if it's not a kill move, he can just have an arsenal of things to throw it at you to win the day.
Yep.
Being a bit more careful with the F smash now, just taking it a little back. Into the are you okay?
But no matter how careful he's being, he's not finding that stock, and finally he finds that stock, but it's too little too late.
158%. He's got 2 whole fresh stocks to make it up with, which is going to be quite a struggle, especially against someone just as damaging as Terry. And
damaging the character is, as you see him rack up 67%. All off 2 interactions.
Just 2. Yeah, that's the power of Terry. You just have to really try and not let him get the advantage at all, which Nick has been letting him get for 3 rounds right now.
Yeah.
But as you saw when Nick got the very nice recognition on the up B
Very strong
explosion.
awareness. You are right.
Still with the shield pressure, he doesn't want to let up on Nick's shield. He just wants a repeat of what happened the last few times. Nick drops shield or does a defensive option to roll away, and then catches him on it.
Oh, is that it?
Picks it up into the jab power dunk.
Oh, he's still alive.
Oh,
Larry
good
is
DI,
still
good DI from Nick. Excellent DI.
DI, but also being a heavy
But
character and the
also
dash
doesn't
attack catching him out
matter as
anyway.
The dash attack takes us out.
He had so much patience there. He just waited and watched him. He's just like, you're gonna do something. I can feel it.
Yeah, we got no instant replay so far, but yeah, you could have seen right at the end. He's just kind of stood there waiting for Nick to get back, hoping to get something on, and he does.
Yep.
Taking out with
Dash attack.
3-1. Yes, 3-1.
Very good job.